I'm Taura Brown, and I'm being evicted. Me and some of the other neighbors kept saying that we needed a newsletter. She likes to have these little monthly meetings, and they're really nothing but odes to Faith Fowler. She makes us sit there and listen to all the shit she's doing and how she's making the world a better place. But it's nothing productive. So, the empowerment packet, we kept saying we needed a newsletter and we didn't have one. So I created one, gave them the empowerment packet. That's what I call it. But it's like, who's your city councilman, all your city services, how to turn on $10 Comcast service, how to repair your credit, where to get financial tips, all of that good shit. I put it in a bag with a calendar, a piece of candy, and I think a Christmas card, maybe, I can't remember. And I put it on everybody's door. They thought it came from her, and they started saying thank you. She didn't know where it came from. I mentioned that it came from me, and she had a fit. When we had our next resident meeting, she was very nasty with me and was like, well, if it's not a big deal, how come I didn't get one? I said, I guess the same reason I didn't get an invite to trunk or treat. And that made her, because I said it in front of everybody, that made her even madder. But it was so funny because I had bought her a Christmas gift, so I gave her Christmas gift at the same time. And I said, here you go, it's your Christmas gift. It has your name written all over it, and it was a pen that said Faith Fowler on it. So anyway, after the meeting, I was pissed because I'm like, she tried to check me. And even some of my neighbors commented afterwards, like, what the fuck was that about? So I sent her an email like, I didn't cuss you out because a 5-year-old was there. Essentially, I didn't use those words, but I'm like, don't keep coming for me because this is the last straw. And I made it clear. Then I also sent her a letter because during that same meeting, she had her idiot property manager write up this document that said if we didn't stay in our house consistently based on the Michigan residency code, that it wouldn't go towards our 7 years. It said nothing about evicting us. So then I wrote her back and I said, well, I looked and it looks like everybody is in compliance with this with the Michigan residency requirements. I said, and I do realize that some people use addresses other than their own, like you using your Applegate address as your primary resident when we all know that you live over here in the World Building. That's none of our business where you are when you are at home. You manage property, not people, so it's none of your business where we are when we're not at home. So then I still hadn't gotten my new paperwork. So I sent her an email and asked her for it. A board member called me telling me how much he liked my newsletter and asking me how I felt about things. And I was honest with him. I'm like, my taxes didn't get paid. I had to pay my own fucking taxes. You're on the board. You have a fiduciary responsibility. I let him have it just like I would her, but in a nice way. So after that, I get an email from James Gromer, and it was a cease and desist, saying that I needed to stop defaming her. She was going to take legal action. So I sent him a letter back like, I ain't scared of her. I ain't scared of you. And if she feel like she need to take me to court, tell her to go on and do it because I'm not lying on her. And it's been downhill ever since. So the letter he sent me was like, you have no right to renewal. And I told my neighbors, I put that in the next newsletter. Did you know? We have, according to Faith Fowler's attorney, we have no right to renewal. Then he sent me a notice telling me, he sent the official, he said, consider this your official notice that you will not be renewed. And I told him, consider this your official notice, I'm not moving. So the next thing he sent me, I was like, surely they must be kidding. So I paid my rent. I kept paying my rent. He sent me a 30-day notice and was like, yeah, we're not accepting your rent. And if you pay your rent again, we're not going to take it. I was like, okay. So then I noticed she likes to do little slick shit quietly because she doesn't like bad publicity. So I ordered an 8-foot banner that you put in a restaurant window, except mine said, coming soon, I'm being evicted. And people were driving by. It's actually on TikTok a couple times. People start driving by, taking pictures of it. People are asking, if you're homeowners, how are you being evicted? I don't know. But yeah, it's happening. So here's where we are. And I'm about to put it back up.
So would you call this retaliatory eviction?
Oh, hell yeah. I spoke out. And the worst part is, in most situations, if you leave people to their own devices, they'll evict themselves. And here's the thing. I just want you to be right with us. She's rude. She's condescending. She's sneaky as hell. She used my neighbor Gladys to try to get information about me for what I don't know. She's overly curious about us for no reason. You a fucking landlord. You are not my friend. You are not my pastor. You are my landlord. And that's how I deal with you. I don't have to be nice to you. I don't have to like you. You don't have to be nice to me. You don't have to like me. You have to collect my $317 and I have to pay my $317. That is the extent of our relationship. But because I don't kiss her ass and I call her out about her bullshit, I gotta go.
Can you tell us about what your activism started to look like after you started talking back?
Like trying to empower my neighbors. I want y'all to know, you don't have to wait 6 months for a repair. That's fucking unreasonable. You don't have to sit here and wait and watch her give somebody, one of her volunteers, a brand new washing machine and yours is still leaking. Like, it was bullshit. Like, just like you're sending me a cease and desist because I'm telling a board member that you allowed a property to go into foreclosure and our taxes are late. But you don't think it's anything wrong with getting on TV and telling people we are homeless. It is not one homeless person living on this property. There's a librarian, there's a delivery person / computer programmer, there's an administrative assistant here. We all got professional jobs. But so that you can go out and be a professional beggar and solicit funds from donors, you tell them that we're homeless. And we let you because we want our houses.